Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talking about a scary and disappointing situation that happened this week. Just imagine you're a 6-year-old boy, excited to fly for the first time and visit your grandma for Christmas. You say goodbye to your mom at the airport, get a special badge and a boarding pass, and follow an airline employee to the gate. You board the plane, find your seat, and buckle up. You're ready for takeoff. But what if you're on the wrong flight? What if you end up in a different city, hundreds of miles away from your grandma? How did this happen? What can you do? And what are the consequences for the airline? In this video, we'll explore a real-life scenario that happened to a boy named Casper, who boarded the wrong flight and ended up in Orlando instead of Fort Myers.
A scare in the air for one first-time flyer. Spirit Airlines is apologizing after they put an unaccompanied 6-year-old on the wrong flight.
Casper's story is a rare and extreme example of what can go wrong when a child travels alone on a plane. But it also shows how he handled the situation with courage and resilience, and how the airline employees tried to make it up to him after screw every up. According to the U.S. Department of Transportation, about 7 million children travel alone on domestic flights each year. Most of them have no problems and enjoy. Casper's story begins at the Philadelphia airport, where his mother is sending him to visit his grandmother in Fort Myers, Florida, for Christmas. They check in at the Spirit Airlines counter and get a boarding pass and a special badge for Casper, who is traveling as an unaccompanied minor. The mother hugs and kisses Casper goodbye and tells him to have fun and be good. She watches as a Spirit Airlines employee escorts Casper to the security checkpoint, without thinking what would happen next. Casper boards the plane, and after a few hours he hears an announcement that they are about to land in Orlando. He is confused and thinks they made a mistake. He looks at his boarding pass and sees that it says Fort Myers. He raises his hand and tries to get the attention of the flight attendant. She sees him and comes over. He tells her that he's supposed to go to Fort Myers, not Orlando. She looks at his boarding pass and realizes that he is on the wrong flight. So yes, that just happened to Casper, a 6-year-old boy traveling alone with Spirit Airline. Spirit Airline apologized with the family and gave the some incentive.
You think about where he ended up, they said, quote, the child was always under the care and supervision of a Spirit team member, and as soon as we discovered the error, we took immediate steps to communicate with the family and reconnect them. We take the safety and responsibility of transporting all of our guests seriously and are conducting an internal investigation. We apologize to the family for this experience.
But by the end of the day, this is wrong. Based on their family, Casper was alone at the time he communicated to his grandma that he was not on his destination.
I said, give me the adult with you. He said, there's nobody with me.
Something that make me think all this situation happened just because the staff probably do not want to do their job. The staff member ended up being fired.
Airline says it fired the gate agent who put a 6-year-old boy on the wrong plane.
But we are not talking about just one staff member here. We are talking about everyone involved in this flight. But how this even happened? Did they really scan his boarding pass? I think Spirit is a free-for-all, take the seat that you want and fight for it. But if they assign the seat, no one else was assigned to that seat? I don't know, this is messed up. Sending your child to travel alone can be a stressful experience for both you and your child. But this is some tips. Prepare your child for the airport environment and the flight process. Explain what to expect at the security checkpoint, the boarding gate, and during the flight. Remind them to stay seated, listen to the cabin crew, and not talk to strangers. Give your child a mobile phone or a prepaid calling card so they can contact you or the designated guardian at any time. Make sure they know how to use it and when to call you. Accompany your child to the airport and wait with them until their plane takes off. Most airlines will allow you to do this with a gate pass. Check in with the airline staff and confirm the details of your child's flight and the person picking them up. If your child is traveling internationally, make sure they have all the required travel documents, such as passports and visas. Familiarize them with the customs and immigration procedures at the destination country. Contact the airline immediately and inform them of the situation. They should be able to locate your child and arrange for their transportation to the correct destination. Contact the person who was supposed to pick up your child and let them know what happened. Ask them to stay at the airport until your child arrives or to go to the airport where your child is. Contact your child and reassure them that everything will be okay. Explain what happened and what they need to do. Tell them to stay with the airline staff and follow their instructions. Keep in touch with the airline, your child, and the person picking them up until your child reaches the correct destination. Confirm their arrival and thank the airline for their assistance. To avoid this situation, here are some precautions to take. Book a direct flight to the destination if possible. This will reduce the chances of your child missing a connection or boarding the wrong plane. Choose a flight that departs and arrives at reasonable hours. Avoid overnight or early morning flights that may cause confusion or fatigue for your child. Label your child's bag and clothing with their name, phone number, and destination. This will help the airline staff identify your child and their flight details. Confirm your child's flight information and seat number with the airline before departure. Make sure your child knows their flight number and destination as well. Remind your child to check the flight information screens and announcements at the airport. Tell them to ask for help from the airline staff if they are unsure or have any questions. That's it for today's video. I hope you take something from this video. Please, if your child is traveling along, take all preventive measures to avoid a bad situation. In this case, Casper communicated with his grandmother at all time, meaning that he was prepared on what to do in this scenario. But could be a tragic, well, let me calm down, because this story really pissed me off. Well, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the post notification, like and comment. To those 100 subscribers, thank you. This is motivating me to keep going no matter what. And like always, see you next time.